Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Susan Lynn. I'm a psychic and a medium. If you're new here, thank you so much. I am super excited to have my good friend here, Sibyl Harmony, to join me. And we're going to read the political questions that you have today. But before we get started, I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with Sibyl, but she has her own YouTube channel, which I have put in the description box. And I've also put her website in the description box. Because she offers healings and readings, and she has a great YouTube channel anyway. But I'll let Sibyl introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you.
Hi, okay, I'm Sibyl Harmony, you just said that. And I'm an author, a spiritual teacher. I do healings, readings, and I do political readings on YouTube and spiritual. I dropped my paper. And I just love watching your channel. You are so amazing, and I'm so honored to be here with you.
Oh,
and I'm just sending everybody love and good vibes, especially to you, because I just really just love the work that you do. It's amazing.
Thank you, Sibyl. And I agree. Totally agree. I love the work you do.
Okay.
I really do. No, I'm a big fan. I think hopefully everybody knows that. I'm a big fan of Sibyl's. I love the way you read politics. I love the way you read. I love the way you do your healings. I just think you're great. So if you guys really and truly, if you haven't checked her out, check her out. She's been doing this a long time. She's a professional and she's amazing. All right.
Guides are professionals. I have old guides. We've been around here for a long time. Yes. You got these new, like from the 40s newsroom people. Yeah. I'm like, wow, how did you get those? I got like old time, like going back to the nature spirits and the ascended masters that they all used to work together, but that's not,
because anyway, I don't think those people could have their patience tried by me the way. I need the whippersnappers that are like, oh, she's just kidding. She doesn't really know. Anyway, who knows? I don't know. But yeah, I'm a pretty new person. I'm a new soul here on Earth. I haven't been on Earth very, very long. So I think that is also one of the reasons why I've got newer guides.
Okay. Well, but you've been somewhere.
I've been somewhere.
How advanced you are. I've stopped bragging. People think if you say you're an old soul, you're bragging. Like, it's not necessarily that big of a thing to brag about. It's like, why did it take you so long and you're still here? And I'm like, why do you guys send, how come you're all up there and I came down in the body? Because I got work to do. It's not really complimenting myself that much.
No, it is. It totally is complimenting you, because this is really like the special forces. I mean, all humans, this is a big deal to be here, no matter what you're doing in your life. It doesn't matter. Being on Earth is a big deal.
Only the bravest souls come here. And right. If you're here, you're evolving and growing. And that's what, and all this is helping us to. That's why I love doing these type of readings and assisting. But everyone has a part, whether it's, getting on voting or prayers or, working at a soup kitchen or giving a compliment. We all have a part. Just being here in your energy, if you're loving and kind energy, doesn't mean we're perfect, but our baseline is, we're all doing our part. So it's all important for everybody.
It's very, very true. Okay, well, let's do some political questioning. Okay. I'm going to pull one or two questions from my community page, and then I'll kick over to the people that are joining us today. This is an interesting question. Let's see, Ron Brock. I don't know if you're here with us today, but you gave us this question a couple of hours ago. What is going on with the latest banking crisis in the Silicon Valley Bank? He has a part two, but let's just go with that. What's going on with the banking crisis at that? You're familiar with it because
me? Yeah.
Yeah, because you live kind of not far from there, probably.
Yeah, but it just happened. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at it. What's the question about it?
About what's going on with it. So when it's a pretty general question, you guys, let's see. will it be under control? Will it get under control? Will it get worse? Will it be okay?
Are you asking me, or are you going to answer, Susan?
I'm just clarifying the question for you.
Okay. So, well, the first thing I see is, we already know this, that the rug was pulled out from under them. And it looks like a male energy. And let me ask, is that a spirit? Is that a person? They're people, but of course, everyone has a spirit or spirit guides. But I feel like just somebody comes in and they just rip the rug out from right in the, like sliced him down, like, yeah. So we know that because that was in the news. They are, what do you call it, out of business or shut down. Now, Janet Yellen says the government will not bail them out.
Oh,
let me see. Will the Biden administration bail them out? There's a slight possibility. I'm getting like a maybe, or do something, but there's a company that wants to, it's considering buying them out. That's European. I'm getting like they're very interested. I'm feeling like that could happen. And so that kind of, that would solve all the problems, because right now it's chaos and a mess. Yeah, my pendulum's saying it's a yes on this. It's an English, from England, bank
wow.
buying them
Or
out, I
English
believe.
energy or English energy.
English energy.
English
Okay.
energy.
Let me ask, how are they going to be? Well, right now they're a broken-hearted mess.
Yeah.
It's some kind of betrayal. I feel like this is going to work out.
Good.
Now, sometimes when people go, is that working out financially? Gain. Oh, wait a minute. I got things going on by themselves. The TV just went on. Can you hear it?
Yes.
Let me turn it off. And let's see what do you see?
Okay. About this? Go ahead and turn your TV off. That is hilarious. The TV just turned on by itself. Oh my God. The energy in March is insane. I think that's fascinating, because I didn't even look as closely to see about who was going to bail them out. I kind of assumed. So I guess the FDIC only insures 100,000 or something. But the bottom line is that a lot of people, these are startups and tech companies, a lot of these people are going to lose a lot of money because it's over the FDIC insured amount. And that's that. I didn't even look at the energy to see, is there going to be some sort of savior, right? And I think maybe the reason your pendulum is getting a maybe on whether Biden is because I feel like Biden is helping the regulatory commission allow the buyout. So whereas maybe Janet Yellen and Biden are saying we're not gonna bail these rich people out, they need to learn. He is sort of helping on the back end ameliorate the situation.
Okay. I have a question here from. I asked people on my channel if they would ask you a question, and I can't pronounce her name is Equus33.
Yeah.
Says, will Bank of America stay sound? Because people are worried, like, is this going to happen to my bank?
You know, at first I didn't see a run on the banks. It's very specific. This bank is super specific. It deals with a very specific type of industry. And Bank of America is huge. I don't see it. Do you see it?
I feel like it stays okay.
Yeah.
It's just like we're in this energy where things are, for people, it's easy to feel insecure or unstable because things that have always been there and always worked, all of a sudden, like, wow, that's crazy, the weather or whatever, and so it's just kind of like happening. But no, I don't feel like there's a big now, if there was going to be a big crash, I would have seen it. I remember before 08, I was driving down the street and I was looking around and I was like, it's not sustainable. Something's going to happen. I was looking at houses. And then I had a dream that night that the bottom fell out of my house.
Oh
And
my
I
God.
sold my stocks that my grandfather left me and paid my house off. A lot of people lost stocks or homes.
Wow.
And so it's something like that. And right before COVID, I was freaking out and I'm like, I
Yeah,
don't know
me
what the
too.
hell's going on.
Me too.
Something's wrong. I don't know what it is, but something is about to happen. I'm not feeling that now. I'm just feeling the general kind of angst that people can have because we're going through such a difficult time here. But I don't feel a big collapse. No.
Yeah. I don't either. I don't either. I'm going to throw Cindy's question up on the screen.
Okay.
Cindy P says, and thanks, Cindy. With indictments looming for the former guy, which is 45, Trump, who else will he make sure goes down with his sinking swamp mobile? I think we can be kind of specific. I want to ask you, Sibyl, do you feel like Trump, if he's going down, that I again, I'm very visual. So I see Trump in the swamp because he said he was going to drain the swamp. He's in the swamp. His hand is up and he's starting to go under, and the hand comes out like in some bad B movie, horror movie. His hand comes out and grabs DeSantis by his tie and drags him in. Do you feel, why am I getting chills these days? I'm getting chills on the craziest things. Do you feel like he's going to pull DeSantis down with him?
Just this morning, I took a look, and what my guides are showing me is that he is going to have he is going to have to show up in court. He's going to be subpoenaed.
DeSantis is?
No, Trump.
Trump. Okay.
He is going to, what was the question? Indictments looming. Yeah. He is going to end up in court. And I see elephants, the Republicans coming in behind him, and he'll slam the door on them.
Oh my God.
So he's going to throw whoever under the bus so he can save his own hide. And then my guides were showing me that, like, remember the Wizard of Oz? It's like the movie, if her house landed in the land of Oz, and then the Munchkins came and the Good Queen, and she went on this whole journey and met the Scarecrow and the Tin Man, and everybody needed something, and they were working on so and then she had to kill the witch and everything, and then she got to the Wizard of Oz, and he was like, pay no attention, go away, and he finally comes out and helps her. So they're saying 2-6, have faith in what you can't see. This is just the beginning of a journey that we're all on, and it's going to come to a good place. But so they were showing me the Wizard of Oz. So have faith. There's all these things that we need to learn. Like, why is it taking so long? And why is this, because there's all these moving parts and people, and Earth is set up here as a school for us to learn. So whatever to is our highest, even though it seems like there's a dichotomy, there's evil and good, dark and light. We have that here. And that's part of the way it's set up. I didn't make the rules. I'm not saying I like it, but that's the way it is. But as far as your question, sorry, I went off on a long journey what the guides were showing me. But as far as her question, definitely he will throw DeSantis, the meat grinder, or whoever, Ivanka, his children. Well, she's already turned on him.
She's already turned on him. You better believe it.
And she's going to turn on Jared too.
Yes, she. Oh, really?
What happened?
You goosed me. You goosed me with that. I thought when you said Jared, I kind of heard Don Jr. And then I realized you meant Jared, her husband. So she's going to turn on her husband. So talk more. What's going to happen there?
I see her at her home with her children on the front door, and her husband has left. And she's like, goodbye. Because I'm not going to jail. I'm staying here with my kids and my husband. She's not going to be, she's already started talking. She already sided with Bill Barr over the big lie, saying that the election was not stolen. And now Jared, whatever, he's got trouble coming up. So she'll throw him under the bus too. But she has her children.
Yeah. I agree with you. To be a woman that is not really very warm or maternal looking or feeling energetically, she actually is really protective of her children. And that's what matters to her. So her being a mom of her protecting her children is number one thing. So if she's got to throw over dad, no problem. If she's got to throw over brothers, no problem. She's not going to jail for them. She's not. So I agree 100%. That's interesting. So do you feel like her and her husband are going to split, that Ivanka and her husband are going to split?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I see him going to either Saudi or Israel or someplace. He does not stay here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my feeling. Like he's going far away. So is he going to escape legal trouble? Is he um or is he just going because she's there?
I feel like he's going to escape legal trouble.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
and go far away to do it, right? Like, and I don't mean that the US couldn't go get him or extradite him, but it's low-hanging fruit, right? It's sort of like, if you'll just get out of town and disappear, we'll sort of look the other way. Sabine says she never wanted to marry him. Sabine says, I'll put on the screen, that Ivanka never even wanted to marry. Was this an arranged marriage? One of those rich family, kingdom, kind of increasing your kingdom kind of marriages?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm waiting. You're
Yeah, it's like, well, he looks pretty good. He's kind of like a mannequin. He's weird.
yeah, he totally is
It's like,
weird.
but she's like that too. It's like they don't
Yes.
really
Yeah.
connect with. They're kind of both narcissistic. It's weird.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I feel like was pretty much, it's like, yeah, okay, we look good together.
So it was like a marriage of convenience in a way, right? Like, we look good together, we have money, we would be a good match. Oh, you know what they're reminding me? The guides are reminding me. I feel like I've either said this before or I've heard someone else say it before, but they each have their own separate love lives. Like they have an open marriage. Now, this is also for entertainment purposes only, and allegedly, allegedly, that they each kind of have their own separate thing. How does that feel to you?
Yeah, I feel like she would be a lot more active in that with romance or kind of intriguing. And it's more like an ego thing for him.
A
Like,
trophy. Yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
if he was in another country, if you're in another zip code or another country, it doesn't really.
Right. Right. And he
Um,
likes perfection. He likes absolute perfection. So he's always looking for visually, you know what I mean? Like, that's his
mhm.
thing. Like, anyway, he's weird. I'm not going into his energy. He is a weird dude. That was crazy that I just went there. Okay. I got to shake that off. That was not good. Yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you, moderators. Appreciate everybody. Hypnicity has an interesting question about Jared, her husband's thyroid. Maybe because he has a big Adam's apple or something. I'm not sure. How is Jared's thyroid? We could really get into some.
Are you asking me? You're
Yeah,
looking.
I mean, tune in, girlfriend.
I'm seeing it at about a 40%. Is that physically, energetically? Really energetically, it's low
Energetically.
because he's still kind of a young, maybe 40 something or
I
early
think so.
50s. He's still kind of okay, but yeah, I feel like it's not. Is he on medication? I feel like he's taking some kind of medicine. So it's still not quite up to par, but
You're right. Hypnicity's right. You're right. That's crazy. I never thought to even think about his thyroid, that there's an imbalance. There's some sort of an imbalance here.
well, he doesn't talk. It's like his fifth chakra is really shut down.
That's true.
It's like he doesn't, he's very secretive and
That's
sneaky,
true.
but you under like a little boy mannequin face. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little boy on a mannequin face. That's a really good description. Or maybe a sociopath little boy on a mannequin face.
Okay,
So
there you go. There you go. Yeah.
Summer wants to know, is Jared the actual father of the kids if they had an open relationship? I'm getting at least yes for one of them.
Yeah,
Maybe,
I'm getting some
or both. I mean, again, you have to understand, it's just what Sibyl was saying earlier. It's about pedigree for these people. It's about breeding, the elite. So she doesn't mind having his kids because he has these elite brain and elite body and elite bloodline. But that's that. After that, it's not about it. It's weird. I really cannot go into their sexual relationship, you guys. I refuse. Okay. it's Sunday, y'all. I can't be doing that on a Sunday. That is a Saturday night with tequila kind of thing. Okay. And I don't do that anymore. I don't even drink tequila anymore. So that's out. Okay. Woo! Y'all, I feel like I need to take a shower. Okay. Oh my gosh. Arwin the Gray says he was treated for thyroid problems. Okay. I didn't even know that. He had surgery for cancer. Okay. Well, there you go. I didn't know
wow.
either.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Well, we didn't even know that. Thank you, Karen, for sharing Sibyl's YouTube channel. I appreciate that. Okay. I don't know, man. I don't know why I feel so squeamish about going into these people's energy today. It's weird. Okay.
No, it's really creepy.
Yeah, I need like a raincoat or some kind of protection thing. Okay, Sandra Lee Schubert says, how is Trump's health versus Biden's in the upcoming race? Now, I would just say, how about how is Trump's health versus Biden's right now? I don't see Trump running in 24. But I'm happy to look at his health, like how are they doing right now? And Sibyl is a fantastic healer. If you guys need healing work done, so this is really her speciality.
Well, I wouldn't even go in and look at his chakras. Well, are you going to answer this first? You want me to? I seem like I'm answering first everything.
No. Oh, let me go first then. For Biden, Biden's spirit is strong. When I go into his body, his this area of his, his heart and his chi, they want to call it his chi, his life force is strong. What Biden is having trouble with is aches and pains. He just aches. I mean, he just feels like things creak. You know what I mean? Like when he started this presidency, he was riding a bike. Now you don't see him do this. The pressure of the presidency is immense. And even if he was 40, he'd be feeling it, right? So I just feel like he feels very he just doesn't feel healthy in his skeletal muscle area. Also, I've been watching him lately and he's walking kind of weird. Like I wonder if he has a little disc problem or if he has something going on in his hip, because he walks very tentatively these days. But his chi is great. His mind is sharp. His mind is as sharp as the day he was born. Now, Trump, God bless us all. I got to go into that energy. Um, well, the first thing that I hear, honestly, is that he's crazy. Now, I mean, I know that we say this, but I mean, like, for real. um, he has, I do believe that he has this frontal temporal lobe thing. If you ever see those, if you just look up Trump and frontal temporal lobe, you can see that people that have this diagnosis have a very specific stance. They stand in a very specific way. From their hips up, they jut forward. And that is exactly how Trump stands. And the prognosis, or some of the diagnosis, is that they say things that are just wacko crazy. Now, we have always thought this is just Trump. He says wacko crazy things. But if you look at Trump in 1982 or 86 or 95 or 2005, he didn't say wacko crazy things. He could string words together. He sounded like a person who had his faculties about him. This has really been in the last 8 years, the guides are saying, maybe 10, but for sure the last 8 years, that he's just gotten so outlandish and so preposterous is really the word they want to use. So I feel like, and then there's also something going on with Trump in his upper intestines or his stomach area. I don't know what that is. His liver, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. But I see him not running for president. I see him getting in a house arrest situation. He may try to run for it, which is a question I want to ask in a minute. But that's what I would say about the health comparability. What do you think about that, Sibyl?
Well, I see Biden. Now, I didn't look at his chakras, but I know that when he went over to Ukraine, it really made him feel good. And when he does things to help people and puts, infrastructure, or you were saying, talking about the chip backs in that video you did last week, all these positive things that are going to be changing the country. It's not like we used to microwave, thing, like it didn't happen right now, so forget it, but he's doing things and it gives him purpose. It gives him heart. It gives him energy. I see him like he's helping Ukraine, and he went over there. This could be a card for Russia, but I feel like it's the happiness. He has a strong heart energy. This trying to help the earth and the environment and women, and so I feel like it has purpose. Does he have aches and pains? Yeah. Look at his age. Does he stutter when he talks? And Fox News says you can't put words out. It's just stuttering. So I do feel like somewhere, and I think we said this before, but I've said this before, that in the next, if he wins re-election, that he may not finish his whole term, but Kamala will. I don't feel like he dies or anything. I just feel like it just is too much or something. But and I didn't look at his chakras. I'm just looking right now. 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
You got a
Well,
lot of
his
energy coming
chakras
off
look
of
like
that
they're
hand.
working. Now, Trump, 45, is what? Did you want to say something?
I said you got a lot of energy coming off of that hand.
Yeah.
I wanted to back up.
Well, I can. Okay, so his chakras look in balance. Yeah, he's a little bit older, but he's got a lot of light around him, and he feels like he's making a difference, and this spurs him on. That and his children, and of course his wife, but that he feels like he's really doing something, and he's such a good. He's a expert, like at the State of the Union when he did that. He's like, oh, so you want.
Yes.
I
About
don't feel like that was even
security.
planned at all. He just is right there, right there,
Yes.
right there.
Yes.
He's been doing this all his life, and so he's good at it, negotiating it. Okay, but 45, I feel like he's still in his first chakra, which is large intestine kind of thing. But second and third, and the heart and everything else looks like it's working at about half. I think he's got a fatty liver. You said some kind of digestion thing. and he's either using prescription or abusing
Allegedly.
prescriptions. Hmm?
I just said allegedly.
Yeah,
Sorry.
for entertainment purposes
Yeah.
only.
He's
And
even
then
using
by talking
prescriptions.
impressions.
Uh-huh. Right.
So I feel like I've seen him having health problems, like the wheels on the car are falling off, kind of going flat, and things are not working real well. But he's kind of pushing that aside and forcing his way through. As somebody who is very controlling and very driven. He's just running on that and maybe whatever McDonald's or prescriptions or something he's taking to kind of push himself through. And so he almost gets an energy charge off of the opposite of Biden, is that I'm getting a charge off of, revenge and doing damage.
Yes.
And
Yes. Yes. Yes.
it's almost like he feeds off that energy. That's how narcissists regulate themselves, is by hurting other people. It's I'm like, I don't even understand like how someone could do that. But anyway, health, I would say I agree with you. It's not very good. Could be problems coming. Hmm.
Yeah. I agree.
And
Totally
go
agree.
away.
Do you see the question we wanted to ask was, do you see Trump fleeing? Do you see him fleeing the country if he gets indicted or he feels like indictments are coming? Or should I say successfully? I want to add successfully to that because I think he will
Yeah.
try.
I saw, like, last week I was looking at him and I saw where it looked like he was thinking about it, like if I faked my death and then they thought I was dead, like crazy stuff. Like, how could
Yeah.
I get out of this? And then his mind flips back over to, I'm going to beat this and I'll
Yes.
get them all back. And so it's like
Revenge.
flipping back and forth. But I feel like he can't leave, um, because either did they take his.
I think so. I think so. I think they took
I
his
think that's one of the reasons they went in Mar-a-Lago. They're not
Yeah.
stupid. They
Yeah.
took that and he's, but he won't say that because he doesn't want to let it out that, hey, I'm thinking about splitting. But I see that he thought, like, what if I faked my death? And he's lying there in the coffin, and he's like, let me get out of here. Like, that's an idea. But he doesn't quite know how to
Oh my
pull it off.
God. That would be
For
so
entertainment.
crazy. But that's him. That's crazy. I mean, that's, but you're right. You're absolutely right that he wants to run away, but even more than that, he wants revenge. So, and he's not thinking clearly. So he thinks that he might get off. Well, also because people in these upper echelon people get off. I mean, there are two levels of justice, and he just knows he's going to get off. So why run, right? Yeah. So Hypnicity says he has his own plane. What's stopping him? Well, I think that he also has Secret Service detail, and we know that the Secret Service detail has been infiltrated. I mean, we know that, but I also know that there's at least one Secret Service person that is phoning it in, that is phoning in Trump's everything, So if he got on a plane, I don't see him going far.
Yeah, the other things the guide showed me was, they're showing me, is that he's fishing. Now, he's not fishing in the ocean for a swordfish or something. He's fishing at a pond. Okay, so we're already getting, like, lost some support, lost some things. We're down to a large pond. Okay, it's not a huge lake, but it's a pond, large, and he's fishing. So he's looking for information to use against, or how am I going to get some more money? How am I going to get the next thing for, and then so he pulls up a fish. Now it's not a huge fish. It's only like about that big. And then it comes out and it starts swinging around his head, and then it hits him on the side of the head. I'm like, well, that's going to stink. That stinks. And that's where I saw him like blame it on Eric or
Oh my
one
God.
of his sons or something. And so not a happy camper. And then I saw the car with the flat tires, like that's a symbol of physical body for me, a
Oh,
car. So
okay.
yeah, he's just not really doing that good right now. And his support has shrunk. And when I keep asking like what kind of support he has, I'm feeling like it wanes from anywhere of his usual support, which would have been like in 2016. No, it's way smaller than that, obviously. Was maybe like if his support in the country was like a 4. Now it's down to a 2. Like on a scale of 10 to 0, 0 being you got nothing. I'm feeling like it's more like a 2, maybe a 2.5.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
he can't win.
No, he
He
can't win. I
cannot
mean,
win.
he's not gonna win. There
And he
he
may not even be able to,
I
like you
don't think he'll be physically I don't think he'll be physically able to really run,
said.
and
Okay.
for all kind of reasons. I feel like we have to lock him up. Our democracy depends on it. I don't think he's going to go to jail, but I do think he's going to go into a house arrest situation. So I do think that he's going to be out of the way. Um, and so to switch gears, Susan Robinson wants to know. So Mitch McConnell fell recently and hurt himself. I mean, I think he's okay. I feel that I've seen or heard somebody say that he's been joking with reporters. So he's definitely not in a major any kind of harm. But what are his lasting effects of his fall? Um, it's not the fall, Susan. It's the reason for the fall. The fall was it happened and it's an event and he's going to recover from it, right? But there was a reason for the fall that is the thing that we all need to pay attention to. That is going to continue. He's going to continue having falls. He's going to continue having I feel like I'm hearing the word blackout, like he fainted
Yep.
or blacked out. And I don't know what's reported because I've been so busy. I haven't seen any news since Thursday. So all kinds of things could have happened or Friday. But that is the problem. The problem is it's almost like they're showing me someone. Now, this isn't, I'm not saying that he drinks. I'm not saying he's an alcoholic. I'm saying that it's the situation where someone shouldn't be driving a car any longer, but they continue driving their car and crashing it all the time. That's kind of what I see for him. He should step down, but he's going to continue to drive his car, even though he's not doing a very good job of it and he may cause some real problems. But he has that ego, right? You're not taking my keys away, kind of thing. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like something is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's the what caused the fall, because a lot of times people fall but they don't end up in the hospital. I know it's a top Republican minority leader, but something's wrong. And I'm trying to feel. I'm feeling like, yeah, it's like a blackout or something in his brain.
Yeah.
Is it?
But I don't know why. I don't know if it's oxygen. Yeah, well, he did have polio in his past, but this isn't why he's falling, you guys. Polio, he would have been falling when he was 45, 55, 65. I mean, he
Yeah,
hasn't had a history of falling when he was younger that we know about. This is different. I'm seeing a blackout.
yeah. The stress. I know that my dad used to have that. He wouldn't fall, but he would just get so stressed out that he wouldn't, like, he would check out, and then later he got Alzheimer's. So I feel like there might be something with his brain. I'm wondering,
Mhm,
is it the heart? No, I feel like there's something with his brain.
mhm.
Is it the heart?
Something is
Is it?
closing down, like something closes down, like his a blood vessel or something like or his blood pressure
Huh.
drops or something like that.
That could be something like that. Yeah, it might be something with the heart or the brain, but I feel like, yeah, it's shutting down. And it's not really the beginning of Alzheimer's, I don't think, where my dad would just be like, he wouldn't know what day of the week it was. He wouldn't fall. But I feel like it's something like that. Really, he's been under a lot of stress. And he, he's getting older. And, there's something medically going on with him.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to go away or get better. And I think you're right. I think he'll continue to
Go ahead. You think he'll continue to what?
Like it's okay. I actually see him at some point using a cane.
Oh my God. He wears me out. McConnell wears me out. Because he won't follow the energy. He just does not. The way a lot of psychics, we read energy. So if we see that you're in dire pain or you're hating this job so much you just can't face another day, we're going to say, oh, it looks like you're probably going to quit your job, right? But with McConnell, he'll just crawl on broken glass. I mean, he doesn't care about
even if he's kind of losing his sight, I still am still going, like walking around with like a cane.
Like driving the car when he shouldn't be driving the car. It's the same analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, an aneurysm, an embolism, yeah, thrombosis. Yeah. I think for McConnell, he's going to have to end up in the hospital, like really, 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 really in the hospital for him to step down. And like Cindy P says here, under Kentucky law, the governor would have the power to pick McConnell's successor if he steps down. But I think that changed, Cindy. And now that was Kentucky law. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. But what I understood was McConnell worked to have that law changed so that it's from the same party now. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. But I think that another Republican will replace him. But that's okay. Any other Republican is not going to be McConnell. Okay, it's not the same. Any Republican is not going to be as bad as McConnell. McConnell has the power that he's amassed over decades. A new Republican is not going to have that power initially.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I could look at it energetically and say, it's this chakra and he needs to clear his karma or, get the energy flowing with his kundalini or get grounded. Well, definitely when you're grounded, you have less chance of falling over. But I'm not even going to go there with him because it's just, I don't feel like I feel like he's going to continue to decline.
Yeah. Okay. And Arwin the Gray says Kentucky law was changed so that the successor is from the same party. So like I said, so even if he has a Republican replacement, I don't care. Just let me get rid of McConnell. And I'll be happy. Okay. Any questions, you guys? Throw your questions in here.
I have a question.
Oh, gosh. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Sibyl.
This is from Sylvia. She wanted to ask you, how is Hunter Biden's mental health? And will he be successful in his new business?
That is such a great question. Well, you saw me sigh. I took a deep breath and released a lot of pressure. He is feeling like a hunted dog. Like he's feeling like to be honest with you, I'm having a hard time breathing. I'm shallow breathing. I'm nervous. I'm worried. Something's here in my chest, in my lungs. I'm feeling really like I can't catch my breath. Why is that? He can't get any peace. He can't be left alone. He can't lead a normal or whatever life. I mean, even if he is the president's son, it's not going to be a normal life, but he feels like he's a target. There's anxiety, man. He's got anxiety. Now, I think he had anxiety before Bo died. You know what I mean? I think I think he's had anxiety for a long time, probably from the accident that took his mom and probably was it his sister. This kid has never felt right. He feels scared. There is fear in my body. I really, I mean, like right now, I'm feeling super anxiety. And I gather allegedly and for entertainment purposes only, maybe that's why he's self-medicated or self-medicates because he can't handle it. He just cannot handle this fear in his chest. He's not well. I don't feel like he's well. I'm sorry to say it, but I don't feel like he's stable. What are you getting, Sibyl?
I am picking up that he's, over this whatever money or deal he did, he's feeling attacked. He's really worried about what's going to happen in Congress with him. And I feel like he's highly worried. And this, I guess he has a history with drug addiction, which a lot of really good people end up, on drugs, and sometimes they get. Is he off? Is he clean up? Yeah, I feel like he is.
I feel like he's clean.
Yeah,
he's clean. Maybe really, that's why he feels so anxiety.
And these Putin Republicans, potato head Republicans in there are going to, they just want to find something. I don't feel like there's anything really there.
I don't feel like there's anything there either.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
He's just traumatized. I felt terrible. I had no idea that that's how he felt in his heart. I mean, God, that's hard.
And it's hard to have a successful business when you're that, and have anxiety. And so right now, I don't feel like he's doing good at all. I mean, look at that. And then you have the moon. There's like, what was the Trump people around him, and out of balance. So feels like a very sensitive person that would really benefit from energy healing or some kind of, let's see. That's where I see him right now. Let's see a card for his future. Oh, he's going to come out. He's going to be okay. Eventually, I feel like he is going to find.
Oh, nice.
Love himself.
Is that the Lovers? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Now that might take a while.
Yeah.
Because he's got, to heal himself from these past traumas, and then of course when you're traumatized, what abusive people do? They attack you. It's just they found the one weak link, and then they've turned it into a monster, and it's really just, it's disgusting. So
yeah. And so he is in this kind of new, very bold energy of the Democrats right now. Biden and him, Hunter, are going after the people that have defamed him, that have accused him of these things. So he does have a lawsuit against them. He's saying, hey, if you want to come after me, I'll come after you. The other thing the guides are just showing me is just last week, Trump shared publicly a nude picture of Hunter Biden that was taken off of his laptop or whatever. This kid is just hounded. He's hounded, right? So I think that Hunter's going to go after these people. But when I go into the energy, it's not Hunter. He's a very sensitive kid. He doesn't really have that, going for the jugular. That's not him. he kind of reminds me of a California surfer guy. Like, I don't know where he lives, but he belongs in California. He needs to be drinking
Thanks.
beet juice in the morning. He
Yeah.
needs to be doing yoga. That is his energy.
Yeah.
But I think he has lawyers that are going after these people because of Biden, because we have to start standing up to these bullies.
Yeah. And I feel like he will be successful. It's just going to be hard on him to go through this, but I feel like he will with his case. Maybe get. I don't know if he'll get some money, but I feel like he will be. I get that he'll be, mildly successful. What are they asking for damages? Or
no, just that these bullies get the notice that they got to
truth
stop
come out.
attacking.
Okay.
You don't
Yeah, I
have
feel
carte
like he'll be
blanche to just
successful.
attack everybody.
Yeah, but I see him in the future, further down the road. It's not going to be anytime soon where he finally
I
feels
agree.
like he can love himself or he can be okay. And
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I give him 3 to 5 years. What do you think for him to settle, for him to kind of find his equanimity?
How many years? I'm going to say 5.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen overnight. It's a
That's right.
process. So
Yeah.
3 years after, what is that? After the next election? Is that
24. So next year, probably 5 years. To be honest with you, he'll be able to put this kind of behind him in about 5 years.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That means he's going to be around for 5 years.
And that just answers Kathy's will
Yes.
win
Yes.
his lawsuit.
Yes. Yeah, that's one we just answered.
Yeah.
Do you have another question from your people?
Yes. Kika, I apologize with the names. I'm terrible with the names. Kika wants to know, there's a lion farm called Lion's Farm in Ohio that, I'm sorry about this. I really can't handle animal abuse. It just makes me really upset.
I know.
They slaughter, she says they slaughter lions and then pray for monsters. What does that mean?
Okay, I don't know about this question.
Will activists close this farm down? That's what she wants to know.
Okay, so yeah, because I can't get into that energy with animals. Okay, so will activists? Yes, I'm hearing the truth is going to come out. There's some kind of truth that's going to come out.
Yes.
It's going to be public.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. My guides told me in 2012 that we were entering this. That's when the energy for me started to get intense. That's when I wrote my book, because spirits have always come to me and said stuff, but a spirit came to me up on the hill and I was like, oh, wow. That's a whole nother story that I won't get into right now, but gave me a message. And then, but they said, whoever is sneaking around and lying or being crooked is going to get found out.
All right.
So it's not, it didn't happen on that day or that year, but that's the energy that we're in. And sometimes I think we have too much technology, but if we didn't, we couldn't do this, and we wouldn't have film of all the things that, Oh, that's my phone. I thought the TV went on again.
Earlier, her TV just started playing for no reason.
Yeah. Well,
okay, I agree with you.
Here, I have a lot of energy, so it's all good. They're just saying hello.
All right. Well, good. Okay, I'm going to throw another question up here. Rosemary Jetty says, thank you. She loves us together. Thank you, dear.
Yay.
Do you see the mega churches being exposed, taking Republican or Russian payoffs to promote Trump and the Republican Christian fascist agenda? Dang, girl, you brought it all, didn't you? You just brought it all here, right here. Okay. Woo. Dang. Do I see the mega churches being exposed for taking Republican? Wow, that is definitely a for entertainment purposes only
right
thing. So Republican, I think we need to separate Republican, Russian. Are the churches, the mega churches, taking Republican money?
Go ahead.
When I go into the last part of your question is the Republican Christian fascist agenda. So there's a new religion or church that has been formed. National Christian nationalism or something. Now that group of people, in my opinion, is completely funded by Russia and completely funded by dark interest and dark money. That is a new church, and Mike Flynn is in it. A lot of these people that are crazy Fruit Loop, crazy people are in that church. They have some very wild beliefs about things. But if you want to just talk about regular mega churches, my personal opinion is they make enough money without getting Republican money. They make a bunch of money. In Houston, we have one, Joel Osteen. He makes all the money he needs without any Republicans. He's his own solar system. Believe me, he has everything he needs. So I don't see it. I don't see the mega churches being bought off by them because they have their own pipeline of money and grift. But this other religious group that's being formed, yes. What do you think, Sibyl?
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. Will they be exposed for taking Republican payoffs to promote Trump and the Republican? Will those, not the regular church, but those new nationalist churches be exposed? Yeah, well, they're already kind of exposed, but will they have a legal consequence? Possibly. I mean, just because we're talking, will they be exposed on the news, or I mean, like what?
Right.
Legally?
How will they be exposed? Well, you know what's sad about your question, Sibyl, is that in the past, when someone was exposed, they stepped down in shame. And now when people are exposed, they don't even care. They just, yeah, what are you going to do about it? You know?
Yeah.
So it's exposed is not a threat. Maybe what we could do is ask, will these churches be taxed?
This is a great question. I love the way that will they be taxed? Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
I feel like they will.
Eventually, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It might be that they're taxed on anything over what as a standard operating, like you're going to get to make operating money and then 20% profit or whatever. Oh, but you're not going to be flying any planes or have 5 mansions without paying taxes on them.
Will it be shared like on mainstream media or in newspapers that they are hooked up, my terminology here, with Russia? Yeah. I got a yes on that. Yeah. All this stuff is coming out.
It's all coming out.
So much stuff to come out.
Yes. I agree with you. It's going to come out. It's all going to come out. The thing that's going to make me sad is that it's going to come out and nobody's going to do anything about it. You know what I mean? Just because they're supported by Russia, that's not against the law. The problem is Bannon and the Federalist Society and Leonard Leo. Who is that guy? I don't know, but they've been waking me up every morning talking about him. Maybe he's a member of the Federalist Society. Anyway,
he's the one who started or is the head of the Federalist Society.
Okay. So Bannon and those people, what they've done is they've plucked every brilliant legal mind out of law school and converted them into, if you really want to be brilliant, crack the code of the Constitution. Do you want to be the most brilliant attorney? Then crack this code. Find out where the loopholes are. find out where we can have an in. So that's what Bannon does. That's what these people do. They figure out where our Constitution may have something that's a little bit gray. Like take 2A, Second Amendment, take that for instance. It doesn't mean every person can have a semi-automatic rifle. It doesn't say that. It says a well-regulated militia. It was written in a very much different time than we're living in now, but yet they're using that against us. So that's kind of the problem here. That's something that we're facing, is that these people are just basically using our own freedoms. This is what the guides have been saying for a long time. These people that are supported by Russia are using our own freedoms against us to prove to their citizens that don't have any freedoms that it doesn't work. Free speech? Okay, watch this. The January 6th people that attacked the Capitol, they had free speech, right? So they just turn it against us and then they beat us up with it. It's really frustrating. Sorry for that diatribe.
Yes, but this is also what I wish that we were talking about instead of, well, if you ever I occasionally just put on Fox News because I'm like, what are they talking about? Because when something big breaks, I'm like, oh, wow, are they talking about the text and the lawsuit against Dominion and all that? No, they're talking about puppies, or who, oh, this girl was talked to. I don't know. It just so, but this is a great question, Rosemary. I love this question because it really gets to the meat of what's really going on here with the so-called, dark money or the Federalist Society, and how these people get put in power, and the Supreme Court and all that. So that's a really important question. And so will they be exposed? Yes. Okay, does that answer it?
Yes. Okay. They're going to be exposed. And we're going to clean it up because we have to. Our democracy is under attack on multiple fronts, and it's going to get fixed because I see us come through this. I know we get through this. I know how the movie ends. I just don't know how we get there, right?
Yes, Dorothy gets to go home and tell her story, and it'll be written in the history books what happened in America during this time that we're living through. Yes.
And I hope, and this just came to me, and some kid is going to be on some hologram thing that is now YouTube, and I'm going to be crossed over, and I'm going to be sitting over there telling him, what happened was, this is what happened. Believe me, I was there. So I'm going to be like the ghost or the spirit going, let me tell you what happened. Because these kids are going to be like, this is how I always felt about the Holocaust. How could these people allow it to happen? Where were they? Were they checked out? What happened, right? And here we are living it, right? And I just want to say, I'm not checked out. I'm trying to fight against it. I'm trying to do my best. But it's overwhelming us right now, right? But it's going to change. The scales are going to tip, and we're going to put these people in jail, and we're going to scare the bejesus out of the rest of them, and some of them are going to move away to a different country, and then we're going to pick up the pieces. That's what I see happening.
Yeah. Eventually we'll have a world that is in balance. I mean, things are going to get better in our lifetime, or even,
yes,
years, and Biden's going to be reelected and all that. But for the world to become a wonderful, loving, in balance, because we're living in a world that's out of balance.
Yes.
For the world to become a wonderful place, that will happen too. Probably not that I, to where I see it going. I had a dream, and I think I put that in my book. Yeah. Of where, many decades from now, where we live in balance and harmony with each other and with Mother Earth and all this stuff but we have some growing up to do. It's like the teenage planet here. and other
Like the
more
teenage.
advanced people. Like if you look up in the sky and you see all the stars, you got to think like maybe there's something else out there besides we're not the only ones. And they're like, why don't the teenagers go over on Earth and put them way over there in that corner? I know I have a teenager living with me. I'm like, oh my God. Uh, oh my God. Don't let me get started with that one. But, so we have some growing up to do.
Yeah.
And that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're at the kids' table. They put us in the kids' table of the universe.
Yeah, and then they said, "Do you want to go back to Earth and help out during the big shift?"
And we said yes.
No, I've been there before. I kind of like, I'll pass. I'll just no thanks. I'll go somewhere else, or maybe just stay here. Okay. Do you want to go back to Earth and help out? Then they keep asking, and finally, like, okay, I'll go back one more time. It's the last time.
I know it. I know exactly. Exactly.
Oh my
Somehow we got
God. What was
convinced.
I thinking? And then
Oh.
we get born and then we're like, holy crap.
And we don't remember. We get born and we have no memory
Well,
of anything. We got to
you,
start from square one.
why
It's
did
like
you even decide to come here? Because you
this
could have
game
gone.
is an expert level. It's crazy. It's expert.
Okay. Now we're getting out there, but that's just all
Yes.
fun and games. Okay.
Yes, it's all fun and games. Let's do one or two more questions. Do you want to pick a question? Do you have another question from your peeps?
Oh, yeah. What about the, I'm sure you've talked about, I think you did, the Dominion lawsuit.
Oh, yeah.
Are they going to win? Will it be publicized? Will it be on the news? Today, testifying.
Yes. Yeah, I think it is. It is. They're going to win. I mean, I think they're going to clean up. They're saying they're going to clean up, meaning they're going to win big.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I think is interesting is the other voting system is called Smartmatic,
Oh,
and they're getting ready to sue too. So
cha-ching.
yeah. So and people say. The people that are glasses half empty people say this is only $1.7 billion, $1.7 billion, and it's not going to hurt him. Are you kidding me? If it's 1/3 of his total complete assets, it's going to hurt him. And I do see Fox News getting broken apart. I see, like subsidiaries. Like remember when they broke up Ma Bell? Remember when we had Southwestern Bell or whatever, and now we have AT&T and Verizon and all these things, right? So I see them breaking it up. But the other thing I see is Tucker Carlson, he's going to bail or leave or get thrown out or whatever it is. But unfortunately, that's not the end of the road for him. He is going to take his people and his grift, and he's going to go online, and he's going to be like InfoWars. He's going to be like Alex Jones. And he's going to make his money that way for a while. So people are saying, why is Tucker Carlson still saying positive things about Trump when he wrote a text saying terrible things about Trump? Well, because it's money, folks. These people are doing it for the money. As long as there's people there that want to give him eyeballs so he gets advertisers or money, then he's going to continue telling them what they want to hear. That's how this whole thing works, right? What do you think about it?
Well, yeah, he's doing this for money. And I feel like he is going to, they're going to lose the case. And I feel like he'll take a fall. He's not trusted. Yeah, he'll hook up with some other lesser, some other InfoWar something. Will that last?
Good question.
No, eventually, yeah, possibly. Ooh, legal trouble. More legal trouble.
Really?
Because you leave that one, and then I'll show them, and he'll go somewhere else, and then I mean, this is years from now, and then he'll get in more, legal trouble again. Yeah. But I feel like a large part of the problem is the propaganda that,
Yes.
and that should not be, well, that's my personal feeling. That should be not be able to continue. Um, will Fox, they're going to change. Yeah, I feel like they do. There's always going to be, or for a while, there's going to be until a lot of them are older till they die off. Sorry,
Yeah.
entertainment
No, it's
purposes
true.
only. That want to believe this stuff, or are are prejudiced, or want to believe this, or and so they'll go somewhere. But yeah, I want to see. What I want to know is, is it gonna come out publicly and be on TV, the trial? Because I feel like they're saying, oh, Dominion might settle. No, they want their name back. Oh, wait, are they going to settle? No, they want their name back. Do you
Who
feel
wants
like
their name
they
back?
settle before they go to court, or will it be brought out in the public? Like,
Oh,
like a public trial of, so we get to see what, happened. At least it
Dominion
can
doesn't
be.
want it to go to court. Dominion wants to settle. And
They
I mean,
do?
I take that back. I'm sorry. Dominion wants to go to court. They
Right.
want all the whole world to know everything. They want to
Yeah.
drag it out for months.
Yeah.
And Fox doesn't. Fox wants to make it go away. They want to just give
Yeah.
them some money, make it go away. But no, I think Dominion is going for the jugular. Like they're ready. They're vicious.
Yeah.
They want to prove. Well, I mean, they're protecting their brand for one thing. I mean, this is their livelihood. This is their business. They've been maligned. They've been defamed. But also, I think it's just they honestly care about voting. They honestly care about the integrity of our voting and the integrity of Dominion's machines.
Yeah, they were up. They were straight up. They were not. Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah. I saw this interview with Laura Ingraham's brother, for entertainment purposes only, and he was saying how they're estranged now because I guess he's gay or bisexual, and he was saying how their father was a Nazi, and how they separated over the years, and how she's just really just spinning. What she does on her show is just all about the spin.
Yeah.
So very hateful, and really, I every time I watch, I'm like, how is that even allowed to be?
I know.
On the air? But now, whoever's sneaking around or lying is going to come out.
Right. And held accountable. This is what Dominion's doing. Dominion is showing everybody else, if you lie about us, we're going to, and Hunter Biden, if you lie about me, I'm going to sue you. I'm not going to roll over. I'm not going to let you bully me. I'm going to stand up to you. And that's what you're saying. If whoever's sneaking around and lying is going to get found out, because people are going to start standing up to these bullies.
Yeah, people aren't putting up with it. In a lot of countries, that's happening. People just aren't putting up with this. We've been, hoodwinked or controlled or programmed long enough. So.
Yes, I agree.
There's no place like home. All you had to do is click your heels 3 times.
The whole time, right?
There's no place.
Yeah. Well, I think, Cindy P, the military will stop having Fox on as their news channel because Fox is not going to be Fox. I think that it's going to really break apart. I really don't see it being all together. In 2 years, I don't see it. Maybe not even in a year. And Marvie Marie says we need the fairness doctrine. I mean, that was that the fairness doctrine, we need a new version of it, because the fairness doctrine is about fairness. What we really need is an anti-propaganda doctrine, or a truth in media doctrine, right? But I will say this, I want to foster conversation. Fox News said, we're not a news organization, we're an entertainment organization. And that's how they got away with everything, is they said, this is entertainment only. Well, you guys, this is how I get away with it. I say I'm entertainment only. So I think that this new law that's coming in could affect, it could be, it's not going to be selective. It's not going to be like, you're bad, you're bad. It's going to go across the board. So all of us may need to be a little bit more careful in how we talk and what we say, because if it's not true, I think that they're going to have laws, and they're going to allow you to be sued to the high heavens and back. So that's kind of how we have to, and Sibyl is right. It's all about the propaganda. That's how we got here. They brainwashed all these people through Fox News. That is how we got here. And it started out, it started out in the AM radios in the middle of the country. Because when I was growing up, I lived in Louisville, Kentucky, which was a city, but my dad should have been a farmer. So every day he listened to the farm report. I mean, he listened to how much hogs were getting sold for, how much tobacco was getting sold for. Well, guess what went on AM radio? Rush Limbaugh. All of those right-wingers started going on AM radio. And back in the day, when you had a farm, that's all that you could get was AM radio. So this is when it started getting piped into their consciousness, was the late 70s and 80s. And then we have Reagan, who was, I think, the president that was there when the fairness doctrine was removed. So this is when all of this stuff started, this brainwashing started happening. And this is what we've got to stop. Yeah, my dad listened to talk radio. I mean, that's all he listened to. But before the Rush Limbaughs, it wasn't politics. I mean, it was about different things, and now it's not. Now it's about brainwashing.
I agree. There's my answer.
Let's see. One last question. How about one last question? What's a good question? You guys put a question in the chat. We'll see which one you guys vote for. Whoever's question you guys like, you keep repeating the question, and we'll know that's the one you want us to do. It'll take a minute for you guys to type it. I can blame Fox. To be honest with you, I can blame Fox because they lied. They lied. It's proven that they lied, and they lied about things that really affected our democracy and our well-being. Okay, but that's just me. Okay, so here's some questions. You guys, let's find the one that everybody wants us to answer. Oh, yeah, Chris M. We can send love to Jimmy Carter's family. Absolutely.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what an amazing president.
I know. My dad loved Jimmy Carter. I loved Jimmy Carter,
Just really a wonderful, very spiritual. And I, actually get out in the community and build houses and help sick people. I mean, that's, not just talking about, something you're out there doing. That's amazing. So
at his age and being sick and everything else. Oh, Cindy P's cat's named Jimmy Carter. Aw. Cindy P's cat. That's awesome. Okay, so far I'm seeing questions on Kamala and questions on MTG. So it looks like what do you guys want me to read on? Kamala or MTG?
Let's read on Kamala. Oh, let them decide.
Will MTG go to jail? Well, they want to know if Kamala will be the first female president. We can do those two. We're going to do those two questions.
Okay.
Will MTG go to jail, and will Kamala be president, the first female president? What do you get?
With yes
Kamala?
on Kamala,
Uh-huh.
I'm getting a pretty big yes.
Yes. Yeah, me too.
And I wish the media would put her out more.
Yeah.
But I'm getting a big yes on that.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Good.
And
And I want to ask you a follow-up question, Sibyl. Do you see her being president without running? I mean, do you see her just taking over one of Biden's terms?
yes.
I do too. And do you see it being before 24 or after 24, the election?
I feel like it's more after.
Yeah. All right. I think you're right. I think you're right. I don't know how Biden's going to hold on, but he's going to hold on through force of will.
It's
Force of will.
All
right. After. So now let me say this, that I don't think me and I haven't heard anybody else say this, but me or Sibyl, either one of us think that Biden is going to cross over. We just think that he's either going to be too tired or he may have some kind of challenge that he has to deal with.
I see him sitting in his backyard with his kids,
nice
his family. Like maybe there's a little health scare or something, and it's just better that he like a little fall or something comes up that's detected and he decides to I feel like he doesn't decide to. I feel like the doctors and his wife no, because he'll be like Mitch McConnell. He will try to keep
That's
going.
true.
And they're gonna go, no. And he'll be agreeable.
Yeah.
No, it's time to spend some time at home. And
yes.
So yeah,
I totally agree. I saw the same thing. I saw him sitting in this really pretty backyard with family, and he's sitting down, which gives me the impression that he's either too tired to get up and run around or he's just relaxing.
And he really does want to just be with his grandkids and his maybe even great grandkids. Family is everything to him.
Yeah. I mean, he deserves it. He totally deserves it. So the other question is MTG. Marjorie Taylor Greene, do we see her getting indicted?
What do you get? Whoa! No,
it was bad. I don't know. First of all, I get like a big pushback from her energy, like don't come over here, don't look at me, like big pushback. What I get is eventually, I don't get that she goes out of Congress because she gets indicted. I feel like she goes out of Congress for some other reason. Maybe I'm wrong, but then I feel like she could be indicted later, like maybe for taxes or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just amazing to me that they're in there getting top secret information. And I really believe that she is working against the country. It's just, but we have some stopgaps. We have the Senate and the president, but I don't even think, entertainment purposes, I don't think she's getting the full briefing, security briefing. They're not telling her everything.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I just don't think any of them in Congress are getting it.
I agree.
No. She's one of them that's not. But what I do see, I to me, it's not decided when she goes to jail or gets in trouble, but karma is coming. She has negative karma. She's here doing the same thing, and I heard another readers, and I think they're correct. I think it was Linda G. Actually, I'll give her the credit. She was a Confederate soldier, a man. And she's back again, trying to push that same agenda. And I think she has really negative karma. Some souls do that. They don't learn or evolve. They just keep coming back on the dark side, and that's her. She's very angry and hateful. And yeah, she does try to put up a barrier so you can't really see what she's doing somehow. She's trying to construct something, but I feel like the walls will fall down. It's like cheap. It's like you construct a little, what do you call those? Temp, um, houses that where you just throw them together. It's
Yeah.
not a foundation. It's like she's just trying to put something up temporarily and whatever. But karma will come.
You heard it
And
here.
there
Karma's
is,
coming after her.
yeah, there's divine justice for whatever we do here. We have to answer. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like she has to do some explaining to do. Like, I think you're right. There's some kind of explaining if something that's going to come up in a court or something. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not going to be good. And I feel like she doesn't win re-election. I don't feel like I don't understand why they don't just go in there and get them all out of there. But I do, because we can't just tear it all apart. We have to follow the law, and people have to be voted out. We haven't even indicted all
Yeah.
the January 6th yet, even though some of them. But yeah, it's a work in progress, and I guess that would be like, are some of them going to be? Yeah, I feel like they will be either indicted or get in legal trouble. Some of the Congress people.
I do
I don't
too.
know if they can prove it or have the evidence on her. Okay, that's another question. And you said that.
Yeah, I mean, every time you say something, it makes me get more information. Then I'm like, oh my God, we're going to be here all day and all night. But I think that's good. I'm happy to know that karma's coming for her. She's not going to get off scot-free. And you guys just remember too that even if they look like they got off scot-free, their lives are horrible. Do you really want to be living their life? They're showing me that kid, the kid that starts with an R, the kid that shot two people during the protest in Portland, or I think
Yeah,
it was,
that guy.
yeah, he is out there grifting right now and telling everybody, I have to fight so that you don't get, your rights taken away. I'm the target, but I'm taking it for you. His life is pathetic. His life is not one that anybody wants to live. It's not. So even though he's not in prison, his life is truly pathetic. Yes, that's it. Rittenhouse. Thank you. So even though we don't see them get in jail, his life is just miserable, right? The karma can come in different ways. Wisconsin. Yes. Thank you. Right. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, he is getting sued, and he will lose, but he should be in prison, but he's not, right? But I just want you to know that his life is terrible right now. So, and he has no future. He's a young guy, and he's got no future, zero future. Nobody will hire him. He is just he's wasted his whole life. It's of course he wasted other people's lives too, but
Yeah.
he's getting his. I know
Yes,
he's
I
featured as
agree.
a hero, but he's going to get his.
Yeah. So
Okay, everybody. So before you guys go, do you have your book? So Sibyl, do you have your book handy? Sibyl wrote a book, you guys. I need to get a copy of it. It's called White Rainbows.
yeah, I went up in the hills one morning up here, and there was this white mist. It was in 2012, and I walked through the mist, and then I get up there, and there were other people walking around. And sometimes I see images or guides or things, but I don't know if they're actually a real person or if I'm seeing it
I know, right?
psychically.
Yeah.
And there were all these little white rainbows all over and I'm like, do you see those? I was asking people, do you see the rainbows? People were like, yeah. And so it was happening for like a week. And then on like after about a week, I went up there and I saw my guide under a tree.
Wow.
And so that's why I called it White Rainbow. So it has lots of stories like that and the messages. And then it also, I do energy healing. I spent a lot of time with shamans and healers in different parts of the world. Like there's the energy
Oh,
anatomy,
wow.
and I learned about the energy anatomy. So, and the chakras, and so it's about that. So it's a fun read and very informative. And did you want to say something else?
Can you get it on Amazon? How do you get it?
Yeah, it's on Amazon or it's on my website.
Okay.
I don't want to promote Amazon, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So sibylharmony.com. So the last thing is we're going to pull a card for the collective.
Oh, I pulled two.
Oh, well, good. Rock on, girlfriend. We probably need
pull
2
a
cards.
card?
We might need a deck of cards.
Okay. So one I got, find the blessings in the current situation. And this is Krishna.
Oh, that is a beautiful card for us.
So always find the blessings. To bless means to strengthen. And then you are learning about your inner power.
Nice.
And the moon is the feminine. Then you have a fairy here, a nature spirit, a moon spirit. So connecting with your feminine, and even men can have we all have both parents. So we have a male and female side, but so connect with your inner power.
Nice. So that is so you can get the book at, thank you, Sharon Sipe. I appreciate you. I'm over here trying to type and my keyboard is like, what do you want me to do? Anyway, you can get the book at sibylharmony.com. Sharon Sipe put it in there. And I love those cards for us. I really do. Basically, let's stand in our power, right? I really think this is the time for us to stand in our power and to be positive and have hope. I know it looks dark. Believe me, I know it looks dark, but I've seen how this movie ends. Sibyl has seen how this movie ends. If we didn't like the way it ended, we would probably be talking to you on Skype from another country. so the fact that we're still here means that it's going to be okay. It's just going to be uncomfortable and it's going to be hard sometimes. But we're kind of on the downhill slide of this thing, I feel like.
Okay.
Do you feel like that?
Yeah, because there's indictments coming out.
Indictments are coming out. Woo, I'm so happy about that. Thank you so much, Tiger, for that. I appreciate it. Okay, you guys, we are going to let you go have your Sunday. And I really hope that you take good care of yourself. The most important thing that you can do, period, is to take care of you. Okay? That is the most important thing. You cannot take care of your family or your grandkids or your job or your parents if you're not taking care of you first. Okay? So I hope that you do that. I wish all of you guys the best. And thank you, Sibyl, for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for all the great questions and the viewers showing up. And I was honored to be on your show. It was amazing.
Thank you so much, dear.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Y'all all have a good one, and we'll see you again soon, okay? Bye, everybody.